Good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome to our absolutely wonderful day, a day full of love, a day full of light. And let's just start our Pixel programming on this wonderful Wednesday. So without further ado, let's just start manifesting our desires. Let's have the music, sir. Yes, yes, yes. I'm a winner in my game of life. So it is. Once more. Yes, yes, yes. How wonderful. Let's live this game of life beautifully. So can I have a reader for the day? Anybody else want to volunteer? We have Sanya every day, which is beautiful. But anybody else wanting to come? And before that, we will have our thank you, Rina. We will have Luke's lifestyle hack today. Let's see what he's telling us. So yesterday we did a chapter where he said, if you have overweight in your body, overexercising will not help you. So today we are talking about the Shavasana. Never skip Shavasana after workouts. So Rina, you can read that, please. Thank you.
Good morning, Prachi.
Good morning.
Yeah. Never skip Shavasana after workouts. This is probably the most beautiful, powerful yoga pose, also known as the corpse pose. Rest and recovery is so important to making a workout effective. Even the most intensive workout can be damaging and quite useless if you don't have enough rest and recovery. During a workout, you often tend to push your limits, to run that extra mile, hit that extra repetition, set and stretch a little more. All of these activities raise the heart rate and stress the body, often releasing cortisol and causing lactic acid to accumulate in the muscle. End every workout, whether it is a simple walk, yoga, running, lifting weights, or CrossFit, with Shavasana. This immediate rest, with its focus on your breathing, helps the body quickly break down lactic acid and calm the mind. It allows your energy to come back to equilibrium with nature, which means it's better for your circulation, hormones, muscles, tissues, and joints, and thus weight loss.
So I hope we are pretty clear that whenever we're doing any kind of physical exercise, whatever it is, we must take a shavasana just because your body has to relax. And now, when the minute you breathe, your lactic acids are being broken down and simply your fat is being broken down. So if you're looking at weight loss or even otherwise in life, after anything strenuous, you have to do Shavasana. Yes, let's turn the page. Reena, we can't hear you.
Yeah. You can even practice Shavasana after a hard day's work, prior to sleeping, and anytime the body or the mind is tired. Just 10 to 12 minutes of unplugging yourself from all of life's stress and drama will make you feel energized again. To practice Shavasana, lie flat on your back, keep your feet about 2 feet apart. Relax your arms and let them rest on the sides, about 1 feet away from the body, palms facing upwards. Close your eyes. Now comes the hard part. Relax the whole body. Focus your attention on your natural breath as it flows in and out of your nose. Continue doing this for 10 to 15 minutes as long as you need to feel relaxed. Although one may sleep at night, Shavasana will double the benefits of rest, repair, and recovery. Almost all of my clients express amazement at how this simple lifestyle change has worked for their body, mind, and weight.
Body, mind, and weight. So very important for us to understand that Shavasana is absolutely a miracle antidote. So if you're tired in the day and if you do it, 15 minutes is what you're being told to do. 99% in the first 5 minutes, you're going to sleep off because you're breathing, you're concentrating on your breath and you will sleep. And that's very refreshing. So before you go for this Shavasana, you can just say the intention is to rest, repair, and recover and let the best unfold. If you have a timeline, then please give yourself a timeline that I must be up and about by say 5:20. By 5 you're beginning, say by 5:20, so that if you have your commitments, you can go for it. Subconscious mind needs to hear that command. Otherwise, you tend to sleep off. Thank you, Rahul sir. Thank you so much, Reena, for reading. Let's move on to Luke got to know The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. So Eckhart Tolle is going to take us deeper now in the last 20 days, of course, a brand new month. It's the month of September, the Super September. We have 11 days to go, including today. So yes, let's go for it and let's understand what's coming our way. So we'll go deeper in this, and if we finish the curriculum, we'll talk about revision of something. All right. So here we are, dissolving the collective female pain body. This is something we've done, right? Yeah, this is today. So why is the pain body more of an obstacle for women? We've been talking about pain body, right? I hope we all are clear what is the pain body. So let's just talk about this pain body now. Reena, please start.
Yeah, yes,
Wherever I think I need to break you, I'll let you know. Otherwise, one paragraph at one time.
yes. Why is the pain body more of an obstacle for women? The pain body usually has a collective as well as a personal aspect. The personal aspect is the accumulated residue of emotional pain suffered in one's own past. The collective one is the pain accumulated in the collective human psyche over thousands of years through disease, torture, war, murder, cruelty, madness, and so on. Everyone's personal pain body also partakes of this collective pain body. There are different strands in the collective pain body. For example, certain races or countries in which extreme forms of strife and violence occur have a heavier collective pain body than others. Anyone with a strong pain body and not enough consciousness to disidentify from it will not only continuously or periodically be forced to relieve their emotional pain, but may also easily become either the perpetrator or the victim of violence, depending on whether their pain body is predominantly active or passive. On the other hand, they also may be potentially closer to enlightenment. This potential isn't necessarily realized at first, but if you are trapped in a nightmare, you will probably be more strongly motivated to awaken than someone who is just caught in the ups and downs of an ordinary dream.
So very important to understand that our pain body is not only of this life. Our pain body is with us for many, 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 many lives. Whatever our human psyche has gone through, whenever, it's accumulated in this pain body. If you've gone through, so it was very beautiful when Ritu Agarwal, one of our batchmates, she's not been coming for a couple of days. Her mom's not well. So when in her one of the past lives, she was hit on the head, and in another life, she fell on her head and she died. Now her head in this birth is hurting big time. Like all the time she has a headache. That's because this pain body is taking predominance. This pain body is so active that it's allowing all the past hurt to be accumulated, and wherever she's fallen down, it's still hurting. So now what do you do about this? This pain body is helping us inch closer towards our own reality. This pain body is telling us to move into some realm which we haven't yet done because we are trapped, and it's a nightmare which you're trapped, and you have to motivate yourself to awaken yourself from that ugly dream. It is not normal to be stuck in there. So now let's understand what are we going to be going through. So yes, please.
Apart from her personal pain body, every woman has her share in what could be described as the collective female pain body, unless she is fully conscious. This consists of accumulated pain suffered by women, partly through male subjugation of the female, through slavery, exploitation, rape, childbirth, child loss, and so on, over thousands of years. The emotional or physical pain that for many women precedes and coincides with the menstrual flow is the pain body in its collective aspect that awakens from its dormancy at that time. Although it can be triggered at other times too, it restricts the free flow of life energy through the body, of which menstruation is the physical expression. Let's dwell on this for a moment and see how it can become an opportunity for enlightenment.
So again, our personal pain body is definitely very personal, and we and women by and large have gone through a lot, even in childbirth, even in so much they've gone through. And of course, you've been hearing of all the emotions which have been written down. Now, it's very important to understand there's this pain body, this collective aspect which is happening. It is awaken, is it's awakening many times, especially when it's in dormant phase. And it can be triggered at many times. Something happens and there the memory remembers. And we've remembered that in a subconscious mind, a lot of it is filed, properly filed. And that's the time those memories are coming up. Now, how do you free yourself from this pain body? How do you work on it? How do you dwell on this moment? It becomes an opportunity for enlightenment. Let's understand that.
Often a woman is taken over by the pain body at that time. It has an extremely powerful energetic change that can easily pull you into unconscious identification with it. You are then actively possessed by an energy field that occupies your inner space and pretends to be you. But of course, it is not you at all. It speaks through you, acts through you, thinks through you. It will create negative situations in your life so that it can feed on the energy. It wants more pain in whatever form. I have described this process already. It can be vicious and destructive. It is pure pain, past pain, and it is not you.
Yes, very important to understand this, and we will understand more about healing this later. First, let's understand this.
The number of women who are now approaching the fully conscious state already exceeds that of men and will be growing even faster in the years to come. Men may catch up with them in the end, but for some considerable time, there will be a gap between the consciousness of men and that of women. Women are regaining the function that is their birthright and therefore comes to them more naturally than it does to men. To be a bridge between the manifested world and the unmanifested, between and
Physicality.
physicality and spirit. Your Your main task as a woman now is to transmute the pain body so that it no longer comes between you and your true self, the essence of who you are. Of course, you also have to deal with the other obstacle to enlightenment, which is the thinking mind. But the intense presence you generate when dealing with the pain body will also free you from the identification with the mind.
Please continue.
The first thing to remember is this: As long as you make an identity for yourself out of the pain, you cannot become free of it. As long as part of your sense of self is invested in your emotional pain, you will unconsciously resist or sabotage every attempt that you make to heal that pain. Why? Quite simply because you want to keep yourself intact and the pain has become an essential part of you. This is an unconscious process, and the only way to overcome it is to make it conscious.
Now, for this, when we finish reading the paragraph, I will give you a line. So if you have paper and pen ready, please do it. There are many times that you feel you're not being yourself. You're being irritable. You're being very moody. You're probably binge eating. You're just not yourself. And that is a time your pain body is taking precedence. That is a time when there's some energy in you which is not your own energy. How do we do that? We will talk about that in one simple line, and we will try and work on ourselves with that. But before that, let's read this last paragraph for this section.
To suddenly see that you are or have been attached to your pain can be a quite shocking realization. The moment you realize this, you have broken the attachment. The pain body is an energy field, almost like an entity that has become temporarily lodged in your inner space. It is life energy that has become trapped, energy that is no longer flowing. Of course, the pain body is there because of certain things that happened in the past. It is living, it is the living past in you. And if you identify it, you identify with the past. A victim identity is the belief that the past is more powerful than the present, which is the opposite of the truth. It is the belief that other people and what they did to you are responsible for who you are now, for your emotional pain or your inability to be your true self. The truth is that the only power there is contained within this moment. It is the power of your presence. Once you know that, you also realize that you are responsible for your inner space now. Nobody else is, and that the past cannot prevail against the power of the now.
Now, for this, you have to become very, very, very strong. So let's understand all of us are made with energy. Everything around the entire world is made of energy, right? We already know that by now. Now, this pain body is getting activated because it's trapped inside us with negative energy that's constricting the flow of your blood, the flow of your life, and it's becoming a predominant part about you. So when you're angry or when you're doing something, it's because that pain body has taken center stage, and the soul has taken a backstage. The subconscious mind, where the pain body is there, has taken a reality at that moment. But it takes a lot of guts to break away from that space, and only you can do that. So what do? Whenever we feel that we are in this kind of a negative situation, what do? You simply use one line, whether you write this on your mobile phone screensavers, or if you're having this problem, who does this belong to? You ask yourself, who does this belong to? So right now I'm irritable, very irritable. I simply ask myself, who does this belong to? I send this energy back to my Mother Earth. I surrender this energy back to Mother Earth, because that is something which is a part of you. It's trapped inside you and you want to take it off. So you're going to surrender this energy to Mother Earth. It came from some higher realms and it's going to go back there. And I give it with give it love and light. So the minute you do that, you are trying to release yourself temporarily of that pain body. I'm not saying it's going to be a 100% done deal that you will, but for some time you will feel good. And again, when you feel bad, again, do it. There's no limitation on how many times you can do it. You will start feeling a shift in yourself. So I'll give you an example of mine. So my pain body has attached my brother's energy in it. The day he passed away, I'm the only one who didn't see him passing away. Like, I was the only one in Delhi out of the family. Mom, dad were there. My sisters were there. I was the only one in Delhi. So the minute he passed away and I got to know, immediately he attached himself to me. I never realized it was gradually working. Of course, I took over his business as well. So I was living his dreams. What happened is ultimately he's feeding through me. Since the time I've started the morning batch and I realized this pain body is becoming evident, and I'm not letting it go because there is a part of me which is holding on to him and his energy. I'm not letting him go, which I'm supposed to let him go. Guess what? He's eating through me, feeding through me, and the kind of weight I'm putting on is unbelievable. Every other day, I find there's a shift in my weight, and I'm shocked because I've never been like this, and it's becoming more and more and more. But it has to be in my inner space, which is why I'm trying to go for healing also, because at the moment I'm letting his energy dominate me. So if you're allowing that to happen, you're really victimizing yourself and not understanding what's happening. I'm going through it, so please don't go through it. If ever you have anything which is irritable, understand it's not your energy. What is your energy? Your energy is all about love and light. If you are irritable, if you're in a bad mood, if something is wrong, if you're even binge eating or binge watching, understand there's some pain body in you which is activated. And that time you just have to say one line. Who does this belong to? I surrender this energy to Mother Earth. So please understand that you have to. So how did you come to know that this is a pain body? That's because I'm going to healers. And when they read my aura, they realize there are two auras in me. It's me and my brother. So that's why. So that's why I believe in a lot of healing, and I pass on to people who wish to go for it. Even though I'm a healer, unfortunately, there are times that you can't heal yourself. So please understand that. When strong serve, when weak, when strong serve, when weak, I don't understand, Richard, what does this mean? So yeah, please write it otherwise. So yes, now let's meditate on this beautiful lesson that we've learned this morning. Let's close our eyes. I, the soul, know when to release this pain body, and I do so at ease, knowing that my journey is my alone and no other energy is supposed to interfere with it. And so it is. Yes, now let's talk about identification with the pain body. Yes, please.
So identification prevents you from dealing with the pain body. Some women who are already conscious enough to have relinquished their victim identity on the personal level are still holding onto a collective victim identity. What men did to women, they are right and they are also wrong. They are right in as much as the collective female pain body is in large part due to male violence inflicted on women and repression of the female principle throughout the planet over millennia. They are wrong if they derive a sense of self from this fact and thereby keep themselves imprisoned in a collective victim identity. If a woman is still holding on to anger, resentment, or condemnation, she is holding on to her pain body. This may give her a comforting sense of identity or solidarity with other women, but it is keeping her in bondage to the past and blocking full access to her essence and true power. If women exclude themselves from men, that fosters a sense of separation and therefore a strengthening of the ego. And stronger the ego, the more distant you are from your true nature.
So again, if we are egoistical, it's all about I, me, and I'm, whether you're a woman or whether you're a man, you are having a very vast gap because your originality is all about love and light. When there is light, how can there be darkness? And ego is darkness. It's like I, me, and am. It's all about me. And that's not what we are. We are all about love. So it's about you, and you, and I, and me. It doesn't mean that it's just about me. When I'm in love, it's about me, it's about you, it's about everyone. But ego is just about me. So the minute you are putting this barrier of a man and a woman or their energy, my energy, and that I have become the victim and I will now become center stage, and that is when you're distancing yourself from your true nature. So let's now read further about this identity.
So do not use the pain body to give you an identity. Use it for enlightenment instead. Transmute it into consciousness. One of the best times for this is during menses. I believe that in the years to come, many women will enter the full conscious state during that time. Usually it is a time of unconsciousness for many women as they are taken over by the collective female pain body. Once you have reached a certain level of consciousness, however, you can reverse this. So instead of becoming unconscious, you become more conscious. I have described the basic process already, but let me take you through it again, this time with special reference to the collective female pain body.
So what do we do to activate this? One thing I've told you before the silence moment is, who does his body belong to? The second is again very powerful, which Eckhart Tolle is telling us now in the next paragraph and whatever is going to happen. And this, I don't think it's only for women. Yes, it's by large written for women, but men can relate it differently. And we'll talk about that also. So yes, please.
When you know that the menstrual flow is approaching, before you feel the first signs of what is commonly called premenstrual tension, the awakening of the collective female pain body become very alert and inhabit your body as fully as possible. When the first sign appears, you need to be alert enough to catch it before it takes you over. For example, the first sign may be a sudden strong irritation or a flash of anger, or it may be a purely physical symptom. Whatever it is, catch it before it can take over your thinking or behavior. This simply means putting the spotlight of your attention on it. If it is an emotion, feel the strong energy charge behind it. Know that it is the pain body. At the same time, be the knowing, that is to say, be aware of your conscious presence and feel its power. Any emotion that you take your presence into will quickly subside and become transmuted. If it is a purely physical symptom, the attention that you give it will prevent it from turning into an emotion or a thought. Then continue to be alert and wait for the next sign of the pain body. When it appears, catch it again in the same way as before.
So what are we doing? The minute we have some kind of symptoms, we are going to be getting conscious to it. That, okay, this is a spotlight. Now what's going to happen? The minute you're going to be spotting it, it's going to become larger. So if it's an emotion, feel the strong energy charge behind it by asking, who does this belong to? It is your pain body's feeling, not yours, right? You, the soul, haven't got it, but subconscious mind has brought it with it for so many years. So it's kind of a kith and kin with you as well. Now, this pain body has to be understood and you have to become aware of it and consciously become aware of it. This time, your presence will quickly subside and then become transmuted. What does this mean? It means the minute you become conscious to it and you're asking it and you're surrendering to it, you will immediately become normal. The pain that you're going to be actually you would have had will not no longer have. And this you can realize in the next menstrual cycle of yours. If you have a menstrual cycle is full of pain, you will realize you will not even have pain the minute you address it and the minute you become conscious to it. So that is what right now is happening subconsciously. Now you will become conscious to it, awaken to it, and doing it. And then there are more steps coming up. Yes, please.
Later, when the pain body has fully awakened from its dormant state, you may experience considerable turbulence in your inner space for a while, perhaps for several days. Whatever from this takes, stay present. Give it your complete attention. Watch the turbulence inside you. Know it is there. Hold the knowing and be the knowing. Remember, do not let the pain body use your mind and take over your thinking. Watch it. Feel its energy directly inside your body. As you know, full attention means full acceptance.
So what are we doing? We are accepting the pain, we're accepting the emotions, we're accepting what's happening to us. We're becoming vigilant to our state of mind, our state of body. And that is when all the turbulence that is inside us, we know that it's there inside us. We know it, we're aware of it. And then we don't allow the pain body to take over our mind. Instead, we are watching it. We are fanning its energy. We are fully directing the energy. And we know that now we have fully in acceptance. Now, what's happening next step? Let's understand.
Through sustained attention and thus acceptance, there comes transmutation. the pain body becomes transformed into radiant consciousness, just as a piece of wood, when placed in or near a fire itself, is transformed into fire. Menstruation will become not only a joyful and a fulfilling expression of your womanhood, but also a sacred time of transmutation when you give birth to a new consciousness. Your true nature then shines forth, both in its female aspect as the goddess and its transcendental aspect as the divine, being that you are beyond male and female
Duality.
duality.
So now what are we doing? The minute we understand that we have a pain body and we are giving it attention, it'll start breaking out, it'll start transmuting. And that will be a time when you will be feeling liberated. You'll be feeling free. And then menstrual cycle will become joyful. It will be an expression of your womanhood. But you'll not be scared. Oh, ye hone wala hai, wo. You're unfortunately attracting that. You've preconditioned yourself. This is what is going to happen. Then your true nature, it will shine forth. Why? Because now you've accepted it fully. Now you're not scared of it. Now you're addressing it. And then this is a time where a lot of us can find our consciousness getting awakened. Yes, let's read.
If your male partner is conscious enough, he can help you with the practice I have just described by holding the frequency of intense presence, particularly at this time. If he stays present whenever you fall back into unconscious identification with the pain body, which can and will happen at first, you will be able to quickly rejoin him in that state. This means that whenever the pain body temporarily takes over, whether during menses or at other times, your partner will not mistake it for who you are. Even if the pain body attacks him, as it probably will, he will not react to it as if it were you, withdraw, or put up some kind of defense. He will hold the space of intense presence. Nothing else is needed for transformation. At other times, you will be able to do the same for him or help him reclaim consciousness from the mind by drawing his attention into the here and now whenever he becomes identified with his thinking.
What are we talking about? For example, I'm going through my menstrual cycle and I'm irritable and I'm attacking my husband or my children and I'm just getting cheesed off. If they are aware of this pain body, they will not allow those emotions and those feelings to get onto them. Oh, mom is in this irritable mood, let her be. They will understand, they will not give it power. Similarly, you can do the same with your children, your partners, your parents. This is about outer energy. That is the reason why I said, who does this belong to? Is it yours or is it acquired? The minute you find that difference and you draw your attention on that and you accept it and you surrender it, the game is rolling again, back in the picture. Then you will not be, you will not be attacked. But for this, you have to be aware, you have to be strong-minded enough to let that energy go. If you're holding on to the energy, you are becoming a victim. Knowingly, you're becoming a victim, which is happening with me right now. So it takes effort, especially when it's acquired energy from outside. It's not just pain body. So let's understand this is the reason why all of us need to understand. Let me read the last bit. In this way, a permanent energy field of a pure and high frequency will arise between you. No illusion, no pain, no conflict, nothing that is not you. And nothing that is not love can survive in it. This represents a fulfillment of the divine, transpersonal purpose of your relationship. It becomes a vortex of consciousness that will draw in many others. So what are you doing? By realizing that this energy is not yours, by asking who does this belong to, by surrendering it, you no longer have any illusion. You've accepted that, okay, this is what is there. And that is the time when consciousness becomes a next level. And when you become in the next level, when love is all you're flowing in, you attract people with a similar vibe there. Let's again close the eyes and meditate on this. I, the soul, consciously become aware of the pain body taking over, accept it, understand it, ask it and surrender, thereby liberating myself and activating my consciousness to the next level. I do the same with myself and with the others. So it is. Okay. So Reena, when I am speaking and you're not, please mute yourself, especially when we're meditating. Yeah. Because one thing's not background.
Yeah.
So the next section is give up the relationship with yourself. So we are now in a beautiful journey from last 2 days. It's about enlightened relationships. A lot of you have been emailing me about relationships. You've been messaging me, talking to me about not having a good relationship. Now, this is the most important section for this. Understand it, go through it, and then if you have questions, I'm ready to answer them again. Give up the relationship with yourself. The question that was asked to Eckhart was, when one is fully conscious, would one still have a need for a relationship? Would a man still feel drawn to a woman? Would a woman still feel incomplete without a man? Let's read the answer.
Enlightened or not, you are either a man or a woman. So, on the level of your form identity, you are not complete. You are one half of the whole. This incompleteness is felt as a male female attraction, the pull towards the opposite energy polarity, no matter how conscious you are. But in that state of inner connectedness, you feel this pull somewhere on the surface or periphery of your life. Anything that happens to you in that state feels somewhat like that. The whole world seems like waves or ripples on the surface of a vast and deep ocean. You are that ocean, and of course, you are also a ripple, but a ripple that has realized its true identity as the ocean. And compared to that vastness and depth, the world of waves and ripples is not all that important.
So let's understand something. Each one of us is actually holding complete. We do have the yin and yang energy. We do have the Shiva and Shakti energy. Yet one part of us is predominant. Either we are a male or we are a female. This is by and large, unless and until you have both identities, which also is there, you know that. So when you have one identity as a main, you would have opposite energy polarity, no matter how conscious, no matter how unconscious. And in that state of connectedness, you will feel that pull, it's natural. You can't even avoid it. And that's absolutely okay. So, but the thing is to have a true identity of yourself and to know where you are. And if you have that pull, to understand and accept it and not question it. There are some men and some women who have more, they could be a female or a male by birth, but they have more polarity towards the same sex of what they're born in. And when they have these reactions, even that's fine. So the idea about this is to understand what relationship do you have with yourself. Are you fully conscious of who you are? Are you fully conscious of who you're feeling drawn to? Either if you're a man and getting pulled towards a man, if you're a woman getting pulled towards a woman, or vice versa, this is absolutely okay to feel whole and complete or to get attracted. Let's turn the page. Yes, please.
This does not mean that you don't relate deeply to other people or to your partner. In fact, you can relate deeply only if you are conscious of being. Coming from being, you are able to focus beyond the wheel of form. In being male and female are one. Your form may continue to have certain needs, but being has none. It is already complete and whole. If those needs are met, that is beautiful, but whether or not they are met makes no difference to your deep inner state. So it is perfectly possible for an enlightened person, if the need for the male or the female polarity is not met, to feel a sense of lack or incompleteness on the outer level of his or her being, yet at the same time be totally complete, fulfilled, and at peace within.
What does this mean? So we have two parts of us. One is the inner state, one is the outer state. The inner state, usually the minute love and light flows, becomes whole and complete. So on the outer world, I may be feeling incomplete, that I don't have a partner, or I have a partner, but I'm looking for something outside. But in the inner state, I may just be whole and complete. How? Firstly, I've accepted it. First is acceptance. Then I just said that, I am whole and complete. I have peace within myself. When I say that, subconsciously, my mind will register this feeling of completeness and give me the feeling that, you are whole and complete. It's all right. But the outer may still be craving for something else. Now, how do we handle this? So in the next question for this is, in the quest for enlightenment, is being a gay a help or a hindrance? Or does it not make any difference? So being a gay or being a lesbian of the same sex, now this is where we are coming to. Does it make a difference? Let's understand this.
As you approach adulthood, uncertainty about your sexuality, followed by the realization that you are different from others, may force you to disidentify from socially conditioned patterns of thought and behavior. This will automatically raise your level of consciousness above that of the unconscious majority, whose members unquestioningly take on board all inherited patterns. In that respect, being gay can be a help. Being an outsider to some extent, someone who does not fit in with others or is rejected by them for whatever reason, makes life difficult. But it also places you at an advantage as far as enlightenment is concerned. It takes you out of unconsciousness almost by force.
So again, no, read the next paragraph as well.
On the other hand, if you then develop a sense of identity based on your gayness, you have escaped one trap only to fall into another. You will play roles and games dictated by a mental image you have of yourself as a gay. You will become unconscious. You will become unreal. Underneath your ego mask, you will become very unhappy. If this happens to you, being a gay will have become a hindrance, but you always get another chance, of course. Acute unhappiness can be a great awakening.
So what do we keep telling? Knocks and shocks of life are preparing us for something which is spiritual journey ahead. So if we are so unhappy with who we are, our own personality, whether it's whatever, then you are sometimes going into a world of spirituality because you're so unhappy that you will be forced to see a door which is opening up, which has light. Sometimes that's why they say the worst stages in your lives can become the best stages of your life, because that is when the consciousness is raising the next level. That's when you're awakening. That's when you're enlightened, because you are seeking something at that stage. And when you're seeking something at that stage, it comes to you like a double realization. So more power to everyone who's right now in a state of consciousness where you awaken yourself. Now, again, there are two aspects to it. Sometimes the knocks and shocks of life bring you on a spiritual path, and sometimes life brings you on a spiritual path. So if you're the latter, count your blessings that you haven't had really a tough time, and yet you're awakened and you're on an enlightened path. So whichever section you are in, just thank your stars that now you're coming in a life where there's so much of realization happening. Consciously, you're being told to awaken, follow a particular path, and find the purpose of who you truly are. And there's a lot coming your way, even as this book is going to unfold. The next question posed to him again about relationships was, is it not true that you need to have a good relationship with yourself and love yourself before you can have a fulfilling relationship with another person? So let me read this, Reena. If you cannot be at ease with yourself when you're alone, you will seek a relationship to cover up your unease. You can be sure that the unease will then reappear in some other form within the relationship, and you will probably hold your partner responsible for it. Does that happen to anyone? You aren't comfortable with yourself and you're looking for something, you're trying to shift the blame, and then you're so uneasy about it, and you're looking for something else, and you're saying, oh, because of you, this has happened. Because we're not taking up responsibility for that thing, that particular fact, and you're trying to blame game. Now, blame game means we're not becoming responsible, authentic. Now, all you need is to accept this moment fully. You're then at ease in the here and now, and at ease with yourself. So very important to accept that, okay, this mistake's been made, or I have been the reason, unknowingly or knowingly, and I accept it rather than blame somebody else, I accept it, which means you are actually in integrity with your own relationship with yourself and with life. But do you need to have a relationship with yourself at all? Why can't you just be yourself? When you have a relationship with yourself, you have split yourself into two, I and myself, subject and object. That mind created duality is the root cause of all unnecessary complexity, of all problems and conflict in your life. In the state of enlightenment, you are yourself. You and yourself merge into one. You do not judge yourself. You do not feel sorry for yourself. You're not proud of yourself. You do not love yourself. You do not hate yourself, and so on. The split caused by self reflected consciousness is healed, its curse removed. There is no self that you need to protect, defend, or feed anymore. When you're enlightened, there is one relationship that you no longer have, the relationship with yourself. Once you have given that up, all your other relationships will be love relationships. So beautiful. We are being told to just feel that oneness. Even like me, my body, my this, my that, it's about attaching something, right? And if everything is mine, the world is mine, if there's oneness, where will there be problems? It's all about one channel of love. So if we can do that to ourselves, why do we judge ourselves? अरे तुम ये भी नहीं कर पाई, तुम्हें तो पता था ना ये एग्जाम में ये भी नहीं लिख पाए. But students of mine who are right now locked down, why do we write an exam? अरे मुझे तो पता था ये आंसर मैं नहीं लिख पाया. Because you are dividing yourself with yourself. You are judging yourself. You are not becoming unconditional. And the minute you do that, you're far from enlightenment. So try and merge yourselves, try to take responsibility of yourself without judging. Whatever comes, Sarmathe, just start saying, stop victimizing yourself. Stop passing the blame to somebody else. Accept it as a part of you and then feel the magic unfold. Then there will be no longer any split. There will be no need. There will be no reason for you to reflect on something which is not right, because then you're just one. There'll be no reason for reflection. It'll be me and my awakening. That's it. That's it. There'll be no I, me, and am. That's now why I, me, and am comes. It's ego. So I hope with this a little clarity has come in our life. Of course, one can't be fully clear in this book, but it takes time. It's the first time you're reading it, and we're going in a very slow speed, but yet I think some concepts would have become clear. Can I have some thumbs up and something? Are you a little clear, or do you want it to be elaborated? So the next section, the next chapter is about, you can change the page, sir. You are getting clearer. So I'm glad that some parts are becoming clear. Thank you so much. So this chapter 9 is beautiful. It's a very, 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 very deep chapter. Now, beyond happiness and unhappiness, there is peace. So beautiful. So where there's peace, everything is peaceful, right? There's nothing called happy, unhappy, nothing. It's just bliss. The higher good, beyond good and bad. Is there a difference between happiness and inner happiness or inner peace? Yes. Happiness depends on conditions being perceived as positive. Inner peace does not. So where inner peace is absolutely beautiful. It's very profound. It's a moment of ecstasy. It's a moment of just being yourself. So when you're saying happy, that means it's all positive happening. If you're unhappy, all negative happening. But where peace is, it is not, you can't even say what peace is, because peace is peace. The question that was asked to Eckhart was, is it not possible to attract only positive conditions into our life? If our attitude and our thinking are always positive, we would manifest only positive events and situations, wouldn't we? Such a beautiful question, such a $1 million question. Reena, please read the answer.
Yeah. Do you truly know what is positive and what is negative? Do you have the total picture? There have been many people for whom limitation, failure, loss, illness, or pain in whatever form turned out to be their greatest teacher. It taught them to let go of false self images and superficial ego dictated goals and desires. It gave them depth, humility, and compassion. It made them more real. Whenever anything negative happens to you, There is a deep lesson concealed within it. Although you may not see it at that time. Even a brief illness or an accident can show you what is real and unreal in your life, what ultimately matters and what doesn't.
So we
Seen,
all are coming from a world of defining positivity and negativity. We have had images, okay, this is how this is. Now there's sometimes superficial ego also playing a role. Oh, I'm super positive. Oh, this is happening with me. Oh, I'm compassionate. Oh, this is there. But what is the real you? Whenever something negative is happening, that's when you're realizing the value of positive. If the lights go off, it's complete darkness. The darkness is the reason why when the light switches on, you realize, oh, there is light. To see the positive, there has to be a little negative. Otherwise, the value of positive is not there because you haven't witnessed a negative ever. So please understand, whenever negativity comes, it's to teach us something, to teach us a hidden message about life. Now, whether it's just being sick for a while, a lot of you have come on these sessions because you've been COVID victims and you've really kind of seen death closely. Or you've been in some kind of thing where you've lost something and you're like, okay, I'm seeking for some knowledge, and that's when I'm here. And some of you are here just because your karmas, you unattached yourself from those, and that's why you're here, because you were a seeker and you found the right platform. You don't have to go through knocks and shocks of life. Whoever you are, consider yourself blessed, because you've come in this journey of enlightenment for a reason. Now, that reason is definitely the highest good of you, whether you realize or not. Let's understand with a few examples. Yes, Reena.
seen from a higher perspective, conditions are always positive. To be more precise, they are neither positive nor negative. They are as they are. And when you live in a complete acceptance of what is, which is the only sane way to live, there is no good or bad in your life anymore. There is only a higher good, which includes the bad. Seen from the perspective of the mind, however, there is good, bad, like, dislike, love, hate. Hence, in the book of
Yes.
Genesis, it is said that Adam and Eve were no longer allowed to dwell in paradise when they ate of the tree of knowledge of good and evil.
So again, in this world of enlightenment, in this world of higher good, there's nothing called good or bad. There's nothing called lack or more. Whatever is happening to you is for a reason, and the reason is your higher self has to get unfolded. Which is why we always say that if I manifest, I always manifest this or something better may unfold for keeping my highest best in mind, keeping the highest best of others in mind. So there's nothing called ill or evil in this beautiful world of enlightenment. We're just here in a life purpose, and everything has to come in its own package. Good days will come, bad days will come. But what's most important from us, expected from us, is acceptance of that good or bad. The minute we accept, we're taking away that extreme power. There are people, who gloat and gloat on a lot of compliments. They go to the next level and then they lose it. A lot of people you would have seen, if all of a sudden they become rich, how they start talking, the body language changes. Sar pe paisa baith jata hai, right? So we're not supposed to let anything artificial get onto our nerves. Even compliments that shouldn't make us so vulnerable that you are ready to do anything for the beck and call of the person who compliments you. That's the reason that some people, with they say compliments get you everywhere. Why? Because yeah, everyone's hungry for compliments, and the minute you compliment, oh, the person becomes a mush ball in front of you. So it's very important for us to be centered, balanced, aligned. In this life of ours, compliments will come, drudgery will come, criticism will come, but don't let that get on to you. Let that be just a pathway to learning something more. Always see what have I learned from it. And then you will never be able to feel unhappiness or extra happiness. Then it's all part of the game. You're living a life of game and it's going to have pluses and minuses. Now, this entire thing triggered off a question by this lady, and she says, "This sounds to me like denial and self-deception. When something dreadful happens to me or someone close to me, say an accident, illness, pain of some kind, or death, I can pretend that it isn't bad. But the fact remains that it is bad. So why deny it? So the answer is
You are not pretending anything. You are allowing it to be as it is. That's all. This allowing to be takes you beyond the mind with its resistance patterns that create the positive negative polarity. It is an essential aspect of forgiveness. Forgiveness of the present is even more important than forgiveness of the past. If you forgive every moment, allow it to be as it is, then there will be no accumulation of resentment that needs to be forgiven at some other later time. Remember that we are not talking about happiness here. For example, when a loved one has just died, or you feel your own death approaching, you cannot be happy. It is impossible, but you can be at peace. There may be sadness and tears, but provided that you have relinquished resistance underneath the sadness, you will feel a deep serenity, a stillness, a sacred presence. This is the emanation of being this inner
no.
being this is inner peace.
This is the emanation of being. This is inner peace, the good that has no opposite. Yeah. So what is the emanation of being? When I'm being in the moment and accepting whatever is happening right now, I'm being in the moment when somebody has just traveled up, crossed over. I'm being in the moment when something has happened, but I accept it. Then there will be no takeaways, there will be no further follow ups of forgiving, of lamenting, of doing something else because you have accepted that moment there and then. And that is the reason why you find when somebody has passed away, some people are absolutely controlled and quiet. Whether they are upset, obviously they've lost someone, but they feel a deep sense of serenity, a stillness, a sacred presence that, okay, this is life and this is how it's going to be. People will come, people will go, and that's, I have to just accept it. And I know it's tough to say, but it is possible with a lot of people. And that is what is acceptance and being in the now, where you don't pretend anymore. You're just allowing it to be the way it is. Very important to accept that if we allow the purpose of life, the flow of life, the way it's meant to be, and we don't interfere, then there's stillness and there's presence, which is why a lot of people say, trust the flow of life, trust the process of life. It'll show you good, it'll show you bad, but it's for your highest good. The next question that was asked is, what if it is a situation that I cannot do something about? How can I allow it to be and change it at the same time? Very beautiful question. These questions are so deep that all of us probably will question the same. So let's understand the answer.
Do what you have to do. In the meantime, accept what is. Since mind and resistance are synonymous, acceptance immediately frees you from mind dominance and thus reconnects you with being. As a result, the usual ego motivations for doing, fear, greed, control, defending, or feeding the false sense of self will cease to operate. An intelligence much greater than the mind is now in charge. And so a different quality of consciousness will flow into your doing.
So what do we understand from this? We must do whatever we are destined to do or meant to do, but with acceptance. Now, the minute there's no resistance and you accept whatever is coming your way, everything is synonymous. Your acceptance immediately will free you from whatever your negativity is being thrust upon you. There'll be no longer any domination. There will be no longer any fight, rebelling, nothing, because you've accepted it. Now, what will happen? Now you're not fearful. You're not greedy. You're not controlling anyone. You're not defending. There's nothing called that I, me, and am. There's no false sense of self, and you will operate at your highest intelligent level, and then you allow the divine intelligence to guide you. And that is when your consciousness is going to flow in a much better direction and you will get more aware. Ultimately, what are we on this journey? We're all awakening ourselves up. We're trying to take our consciousness to the next level. We're trying to flow with life. And this is being taught to all of us that whatever situation comes in life, firstly, accept it. This has happened for a reason. आपने सुना होगा बहुत लोग बोलते हैं, everything happens for a reason. Accept it with reason. That you can't even see the reason. Accept it. Yes, please.
Accept whatever comes to you, woven in the pattern of your destiny, or what could be more aptly fit your needs. This was written 2000 years ago by Marcus Aurelius, one of those exceedingly rare humans who possessed worldly power as well as wisdom. It, it seems that most people need to experience a great deal of suffering before they will relinquish resistance and accept, before they will forgive. As soon as they do, one of the greatest miracles happens, the awakening of being consciousness through what appears as evil, the transmutation of suffering into inner peace. The ultimate effect of all the evil and suffering in the world is that it will force humans into realizing who they are beyond name and form. Thus, what we perceive as evil from our limited perspective is actually part of the higher good that has no opposite. This, however, does not become true for you except through forgiveness. Until that happens, evil has not been redeemed and therefore remains evil. Through forgiveness, which essentially means recognizing the insubstantiality of the past and allowing the present moment to be as it is, the miracle of transformation happens not only within you, but also without. A silent space of intense presence arises both in you and around you. Whoever or whatever enters that field of consciousness will be affected by it, sometimes visibly and immediately, sometimes at deeper levels, with visible changes appearing at a later time. You dissolve discord, heal pain, dispel unconsciousness without doing anything, simply by being and holding that frequency of intense presence.
So let's accept whatever is coming our way. Whatever is coming for a reason. And if we accept life the way it is, it's going to become much, much, much better. We're going to be eliminating the very fact of suffering from our life. Why? Because we are accepting. So then we are okay with it. And there's no question of forgiving, being forgiven, of retaliation, of being repelled or whatever. When you're resonating at a zone where you're being conscious of whatever is happening, either it's evil, either it's good, then you're just letting the very fact of suffering go. You are at peace. When you are at peace, you're realizing that you are reaching a highest form of life, and that highest form of life is where bliss exists. Then everything is true, and then you are resonating in a very high frequency. Again, I say it's not very tough to do it. People will say, "Bolna easy hai, karna mushkil hai," but nahi. This fact is very easy. Why? Because in this beautiful book, we have been taught to pull ourselves in the power of now. कुछ भी wrong अगर अभी हो रहा है, कुछ भी, it's okay. Yesterday, I had a call from a student of mine, and she says she could see that her daughter's back was being burnt. And she said that I was helpless. I couldn't move because she had a fracture in her arms and her legs. She was on wheelchair, and her husband was traveling out of India, and he hasn't been home for many, many months because of the travel protocols. She's like, I could see that she's going to get burnt. But all I did is accept it and give her healing power. And this huge scalding, huge pot of water fell on her. And guess what? The child wasn't very burnt. Why? She immediately accepted it and immediately gave her healing blessings. So evil did not get redeemed. Why? Because the child got safe. Because she forgave the pan. She forgave life and she says, it's all right. If this is meant to happen, so be it. Now, this is happening when she's spiritually getting inclined and accepting whatever is happening in her life. So each one of us must accept that life is going to move on. It'll come with goods. It'll come with bad things. Let us now accept. What is forgiveness? We've talked about this many, many times. Each one of us is made by heavens above to forgive because we are channels of love and light, right? Now, if we're channels of love and light, we are meant to forgive. We are meant to give love. And when we give love to even something that's going to spoil us, for example, as an animal is about to eat us, and you're forgiving that, that animal will move away, not eat you, because it senses the flow of love. That a pan which had a lot of water, scalding water, which fell on the little child, even she forgave that pan. And that pan also has energy. That water also has energy. And the same water which could have actually scalded the poor baby boy's back did not, and people were shocked. It's scalding water. How could he get saved? But he did, right? She could see the child was going to get burnt. But what did she do? Immediately forgave it and accepted it and gave a healing blessings to the pan and to the child. A miracle happened. Miracles happen, transformation happens when you are ready for it. When you're recognizing that, okay, there's oneness, there's nothing called difference. And that silent space of intense presence arises when you and I'm ready for it. When we enter that field of consciousness that, okay, this is how it is. It's visible, it's invisible, doesn't matter. But deeper level, I can understand that this is how life is. And I have no discord with anything. And I am ready to be healed. I am ready to be one. And now I'm ready to raise my consciousness. And the minute I do that, I find that blissful presence. And beyond happiness, and there will be so much more. And that's going to be peace. That very instance was at peace. She's like, I can't do anything. All I can do is heal and feel the oneness. And that's it. So please, let's just all transform ourselves. Let's understand the miracles of life. Lot is coming our way. We are ourselves a miracle. When this book says, it's such a beautiful line I'm going to read again. True forgiveness, which essentially means recognizing the insubstantiality of the past and allowing the present moment to be as it is. The miracle of transformation happens not only within, but also without. This is so profound, so beautiful, because now whatever happened in the past is not important at all. It's happened, it's finito. And in the present, what's happening is also beautiful. Good or bad, it's beautiful. I'm not labeling it. And that's when transformation happens inside and outside. So more power to everyone. On this note, we'll conclude this reading of the book. Thank you, Reena, for reading. Thank you, Rahul, sir, for showcasing. We can now read the heart thought. Just understand one thing about our life. We are all spiritual beings having a human experience. And we come from just one fact that we need to flow in love. Whenever you have something which is not in the center of love, address it, get back in it, align yourself back in it, and things will happen. Today is, I think, all about love, right? It's about unconditional love, in fact. I love and accept myself right now. This is what we just read, right? So there's no I, me, and myself. It's just me. I love myself. You are in the process of becoming your own best friend, the person you're most joyous to be with. We talked about this, right? That all of us are whole and complete. And now when you become your own best friend, imagine how life would be, how wonderful it will be. Yes, Shelley, please read for us.
I love and accept myself right now. Many of you will not love yourself until you lose weight, get a new job, a lover, this or that. So you always put loving yourself off. What happens when you get the new job or the lover or you lose weight and you still don't love yourself? You just make another list and you have another delay period. And the only time you can begin to love who you are is right here and right now. Unconditional love is love with no expectations. It is accepting what is.
It's so beautiful that unconditional love is love with no expectations. It is accepting what it is right now, right here. How wonderful. Thank you, Shelley, for reading. And we will expand on this only about love and acceptance for today. And that's another message from Nisha, who wants us to meditate on this. Let's go for it. Let's see our postures. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Once more, take a deep breath in. And gently release the breath. The last time for this morning, inhale. And exhale. I, the spiritual being, have taken birth on Mother Earth as a human. When I was born, I was made whole and complete. When I was born, all I saw is light, as that's where I'm coming from. All I felt is love, love of my mother who brought me in this earth, on this wonderful planet, accepting me for who I am. My entry was announced and I was accepted. I am a channel of love and light. I accept wherever I come from. I trust the process of life. I love life. No more conditions. I accept what I have right now, right here. Good or bad, I don't label anymore. It's a journey that I embrace, an ongoing journey. I release all negative energy as much as possible by accepting it. I realize what I'm resonating at. Anything with lack of love, I give it love. My unconditional love. Thinking I'm giving love to my child because that's where I flow most as a parent or as a human. Love comes to me very easily because I'm born with this beautiful energy of love. These days, whatever I manifest or desire comes true very easily because I have upped the game of my frequency. I'm radiating at a very high frequency. And I accept whatever is coming my way. I had manifested something which is different, but something else came. Yet I accept. And this base paves the base for me to gain what I wanted. I now trust the process of life even more. Whatever I want, I get. At times, I get what I deserve or what's best for my highest good. And I still trust the process of life. I, the soul, have acquired many lifetimes. I, the soul, in many lifetimes have acquired many negative feelings and emotions. I, the soul, recognize a pain body, and I now realize and recognize the need to accept it and release it. So very easily I accept and surrender, knowing the Divine Mother Earth will take away all unrequired emotions and feelings. I am power. All I have to do is ask, believe, and receive. And the magic happens. I am in the world of a miracle of transformation. By simply feeling one, inside and outside. This beautiful sense of oneness, life transforms, and so do I. And I embrace it. I, being an epicenter of energy, can heal others, can help others see their pain body, release them, accept them, energize them. The more I give, the more I get. I, the believer, am now progressing in my journey as a human being. I'm trying to be in the being very, very much now. Right here, right now. I accept everything in totality, not judging, not questioning. I accept and see the miracles unfold. And so it is. Let's bow down our heads in gratitude towards Mother Earth. A silent prayer of gratitude. Let's look up at our eye level. A silent prayer of gratitude towards our lives that we've lived, the life that we're living, and of the one we will live. And a silent prayer of gratitude as we expand our hands to the heavens above. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I expand my angel heart. I, the channel of love and light, fold my hands in gratitude to everything from heavens to earth. This wonderful body that I have reincarnated as. Dearest body, thank you for working on your optimal best. The organs, the muscles, tissues, fibers, glands, bone, and skin. I can't thank you enough for your integrity, for your continual relief work, for your functioning. I truly am blessed. And I invoke the energy in me to bless my loved Sangha, their loved ones, and all beings on Mother Earth with lots of love, light, healing blessings, and abundance. And so it is. I share my light. Shivani, Sanya, Rigu, Naveen, Rima, Chandra, Ravi, Nisha, Sakshi, Nikita, Radhika, Shelly, Mudita, Sunita, Pratima ji, Alona, Mitu, Shami, Ankur, Akshay, Seema, Parul, Nehal, Monica, Ankur, Kripa, Vandana, Jitendra ji, Prachi Diwan, Richa Jhuria, Amit, Peena ji, Rohini ji, Bharat Bhai, Nehal, Shubhra, Monica Agnihotri, Leena Singhania, Yanji, Usha ji, Alifia, Asmeet, Born One to One for Life, Yuvi, Archana, Prashant, Meenakshi, Harpreet, Gaurav. Thank you, everyone. Lots of love, light, and blessings. Thank you, Rahul, sir. Thank you so much, the entire team, Amrita, Sanjay, and Ritesh, sir, and Shweta. And let's have our birthday girl on spotlight today. It's her birthday. Where is she? There Seema is. Seema, wishing you a fabulous, fabulous, fabulous birthday. May this be the beginning of miraculous life ahead. You truly have transformed. I love your transformation. And a birthday song from all of us for you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Seema. Happy birthday to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Would you like to say something on your birthday? Yes, please unmute yourself.
Thank you, Prachi, and all. Thank you so much. Your blessings, this song, wishes means a lot to me. A lot to me. I have no words to say anything. You really transformed my life. Really, I can see in myself that really I'm changed so much in every area of my life. Every area of my life. And it really means a lot. With all my sangha, with all my group, everything, all blessings are with me, and I'm very happy and enjoying my life. Thank you so much.
Keep living your life beautifully.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you, Seema.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day. To everyone, let's see each other tomorrow at 5. 10 more days to go from today. Lots of love and light. Take care.
Thank you.